Most people think when they lose their job, it's the end. But little do they know, it's just the beginning. Hi, I'm Eric B. Horn, and I'm a career and business strategist. So join me today as I touch on 3 things that you can do to motivate yourself after a job loss. Hey, how you doing? This is Eric B. Horn, and if you're looking for tools, tips, and strategies to gain the momentum that you want in your business or your career, please consider subscribing. Yesterday, I had a good conversation with a buddy of mine, and unfortunately, he got downsized from his job. And one of the main things he asked me was, what were some of the things that he can do to stay motivated? So what I want to do today is touch on 3 things that you can do to stay motivated after a job loss. Number one, do not take the job loss personally. Unfortunately, people are losing their jobs left and right based off of this pandemic. And a lot of times people are blaming themselves based off of the fact that they didn't quote unquote prepare. But how can you ultimately prepare for something like this? So unfortunately, if you are an individual that has been downsized based off of this pandemic, first and foremost thing that you can do to stay motivated is do not take this downsize personally. Now don't get me wrong, you have the right to feel the way you feel. But one of the things I do not want you to do is stay in that overall rut. Usually I tell people to take maybe a couple of days just to get their mind right. But then after those couple of days, get in the mode of working because you have a lot of work to do getting back or exceeding where you were in your overall career. The second thing that you can do to gain the motivation after a job loss is get control of the extra time that you have on your hands. Based off of how long you've been working at your company, you were programmed in a sense to get up at a certain time, be at work at a certain time, work a specific amount of hours, and then go home. But since you're not working anymore at this particular time, you're going to have a lot more time on your hands. So one of the best ways to still continue to motivate yourself while you're going through this job loss is set up routines. Specifically, set up routines in your morning and also set up routines at night. Now, these routines can be getting up in the morning at the same time, reading 15 pages a day, working out, doing whatever. Stick to a schedule of doing something because you can still gain those little wins throughout the course of the day. And you also still continue to develop a sense of accomplishment, which is extremely important because a lot of people, including myself, I put all my effort and put all my sense of accomplishment in that particular job. But once I got downsized, I had all this time and all of my worth, though I thought all of my worth was gone because I put everything into that particular company. So when you set up these overall routines, make sure you stick to them day in and day out. And the last thing that you can do to stay motivated throughout your job loss is to strategize on your next move. Strategizing on your next move is extremely important because based off of where you were at that particular job, hopefully you've come to the understanding that you want something better, whether it's better pay, better hours, or whatever have you. So instead of sitting in a rut and feeling sorry for yourself, start to take the necessary steps to get you back where you rightfully belong. And what does that look like? Where do you want to go in your career? Where you want to be in the next 6 months to a year? The next step would be what is it going to take for you to hit that overall goal? Build up the knowledge base that you need to get the next opportunity. There is so much information online that there is no excuse. There is all sorts of information that you can look on online to take that first step in how you want to strategize. Little do people know that there's a resource called workforce development agencies that are geared to helping you figure out what your next job is. All these resources are mandated by the Department of Labor to give you the tools and the resources that you need to figure out what your next career move may be. One of the things that I would suggest you to do after looking at this video, going on Google and typing in the keywords workforce development agencies in whatever the city that you're in. There's 13 plus million unemployed individuals, and all of them need to find jobs. So it's up to you to strategize and figure out where you want to go, and taking the first step of doing your research and then going to these workforce development agencies will be the best thing. Conclusion: if you were affected by a downsizing based off of this pandemic, I apologize. I am so sorry. But now is the best time to get back to work. Not taking the job loss personally. Get immediate control of the extra time that you have. Take the time out to strategize on what your next move may be. So if you're watching this video, what I want you to do is comment below on some of the other things that you do to stay motivated while you are suffering from a job loss. This is Eric B. Horn signing off, and I want you to equip yourself to win in your career. Have a good one, guys.